What is up, everybody? This is Lyle with No Hippie Barbecue, and a while back I was asked to do a recipe on Olive Garden's Zuppa Toscana soup, and since then I've had somebody ask me for a vegetarian recipe of that same soup. The ingredients I'm going to be using are all kind of fresh ingredients. I think they're going to come together to make a great soup. Come on in, take a look at the ingredients. I will be having the ingredients that I'm using for my vegetarian Zuppa Toscana soup in the description below should you want to copycat this recipe. Anyway, what we're going to be using is some red pepper flakes, fennel, salt, pepper, sugar. I'm going with some red peppers, which I didn't have in my original recipe. As a matter of fact, I didn't have the crushed red pepper in my original recipe either. We're going to be going with some garlic, diced zucchini, some mushrooms that I have quartered, sort of like that, white onion that's diced, some potatoes that are diced kind of in that fashion right there, some vegetable stock as opposed to chicken stock because we are trying to make this vegetarian. We're going with a bunch of kale right here. Heavy cream as opposed to the half and half because we want to bulk it up a little bit since we're not getting any of the fat from the bacon or the Italian sausage. And we're going with some olive oil to cook some of these vegetables down. Those are our ingredients. The first thing I need to do is start cooking some of these vegetables, so let's get started. Olive oil, our onions, our red peppers, our zucchini. Get our garlic in. And I'm going to give these about another, 10 minutes or so. Now these vegetables have been cooking for about 5 minutes. I am going to go ahead and add the rest of our seasoning to it. So we got our salt and pepper, our red pepper flakes, and our fennel seed. And I'm going to go ahead and let this cook for about another 5 minutes. So another 5 minutes have gone by. I've had a chance to taste it, and it looks like all those seasonings that we put in are really starting to get infused in this. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my potatoes, our vegetable stock now. And I want the vegetable stock to cover all the potatoes. Alright, so there we go. We're going to go ahead and let this simmer for about 20 minutes before we add our kale and our heavy cream. Now that this has had a chance to simmer for about 15 minutes, I tasted one of our potatoes. They're starting to get softened up. We're going to go ahead and add our kale. We're going to kind of let this kind of cook down a bit. And through the magic of time, about 2 minutes have gone by. That kale is starting to get wilted up in here. We're going to go ahead and add our heavy cream, and we are not going to be shy about that. Should be our last step right here. So we have let this soup cook down for about another 15-20 minutes, somewhere in that time frame. It's got all thick. It's got all delicious. Now it's just time to go ahead, scoop some of this up, and see how this compares to the full meat version. Time to see if this vegetarian version was worth the time and effort. Ooh, hot. It is soup. Get one of them mushrooms up in there.
Way ahead of you.
So what do you think?
Love the flavor. Love the kale and all the vegetables in there. Just as good as the last one. If not a little better, I'd say. Like you said, definitely a lot heartier. A little bit more in there. Definitely like it.
You know, I'm going to say that I don't miss the meat much at all. I did go ahead off camera and add a little bit of more salt and pepper, which is always going to be to taste. And then I did throw in a little bit more of that fennel just to kind of give it that kind of a sausage taste to it, but I'm telling you, this is not, you know, definitely not a healthy version of this soup, but it is a vegetarian version of this soup. So, pedestrian hippie, my vegetarian, vegan hippie out there, listen, I couldn't make this vegan because it just would not come out the way I needed it to, but I tried my best to at least get you in the ballpark. If you want to take this vegan, there you go. Anyway, for everybody else, I want to thank you for stopping by No Hippie Barbecue. I appreciate it. Comment, subscribe, and I'm out.
Yeah, you did a great job with this. Got a bit of mushrooms on the first bite, and you got to say.
And then you can wait for your mom to get home for you to eat more.